Well, all right, Ashik, thank you very much for adding more details to this. Now, as the borders between India and Pakistan boil in the wake of the terror attack in Jammu Kashmir's Pahalgam, Pakistan's Deputy PM and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar has described the perpetrators as freedom fighters. His remarks came a day after India held in abeyance the 1960 Indian Indus Water Treaty in a major diplomatic strike against Islamabad. The decision was made at the Cabinet Committee for Security meeting chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, with the statement by Ishaq Dar, it is once again crystal clear that Pakistan harbors snakes in its backyard. It is the Pakistani state that sponsors terrorism in India. Let's listen in to this, in fact, statement by Ishaq Dar.
क्योंकि ये हमने ये नहीं कहा, तो वो हमें शुक्रगुजार होना चाहिए कि ये तो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स भी हो सकते हैं. वी डोंट नो कि कौन है, तो हमने कोई किसी किस्म की बिल्कुल ऑनेस्टी के साथ स्टेटमेंट दी थी. लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि उन्होंने अपनी फेलियर को और अपनी सियासत को जो इंटरनल है और अपने ज़ाती अज़ाइम जो उनके अंदरूनी है उसका हवाला करते हुए एक दफ़ा फिर ये जो इनडायरेक्टली पाकिस्तान की तरफ ये मामले को उसकी तरफ निशान.
Now, viewers, Major General Anuj Mathur, who is a defense expert, is joining me live on the broadcast. Sir, appreciate you joining me this morning. And in just a few seconds ago, we have heard how Pakistan Deputy PM has in fact has said that there is a complete comment that signals to these terrorists that have taken the life of 26 innocent people as freedom fighters, also attacking that it is for the incompetence on the Indian side that we have been able to avert this, we have not been able to avert to this act of terrorism. But what remains to be also very, in fact, obvious that Pakistan continues to be in a panic mode. As now India took a strike, they have started retaliating to it and responding to it with comments and decisions, one of them being like cancelling the Shimla agreement.
Simran, I'll tell you two things before I answer your question. One, both these two treaties, the Indus Water Treaty and the Shimla Agreement, both were heavily tilted in favor of Pakistan. Why? Because at that time, what was the situation, circumstances that we cannot comment on, but both these treaties were heavily tilted in favor of Pakistan, and cancelling these two treaties. In fact, we should be grateful to Pakistan for having called off the Shimla Agreement, because Shimla Agreement was only benefiting them and not us. One. Two, the Pakistan army sheltering terrorists is not the question. Pakistan army is an army of terrorists. Army of, we will not say terrorists, army of Islamic radicals. The Pakistan army chief, Asif Munir, is a madrasa educated hardliner and an absolute Islamic radical. This is not the way a military general talks, the way he has been talking. Third thing, what the foreign minister of Pakistan, or whoever Mr. Dar is, has said about the Pahalgam attack, it firstly shows absolute insensitivity towards humanity, one. And two, they are wanting to create a panic, and they are wanting to create a situation where they can, get away from their involvement in this. But the welcome given to Saifullah Kasuri by a commanding officer of a Pakistan army, on welcoming him with a bouquet and throwing flowers on him, this absolutely clearly shows one thing, that Pakistan army even today knows that conventionally they stand nowhere in front of India. Conventionally they can do nothing to India, and that is why their age-old tactics of bleeding India by 1,000 cuts. Who will do it? It will be Hafiz Saeed who will do it. It will be Fadlur Rahman who will do it. It will be this gentleman, Kasuri Saab, who will do it. That is why the moment things are hotting up, the army chief has hidden and gone in alongside Hafiz Saeed and many more the terrorists. Similarly, this man, who is surely the mastermind, because he had made a statement some days ago that I will not let peace prevail in Kashmir, because they are not worried about what is happening, whether they are able to do something or not. They are scared of the development and peace in Kashmir. They are scared of Kashmiri Awam getting out of their agenda of anti-India rhetoric. What has happened, Simran, this is very important. What has happened is the Kashmiri Awam, which has seen two of their generations in last 30-40 years getting ruined in this act of terrorism in the Kashmir Valley, has now seen peace and development for 5-6 years. And that peace and development for 5-6 years had made sure that their mindset changes, and then they know they are not dumps, because Kashmiris are very understanding. They know these people who are trying to create the terror situation in this, they are not their friends, they know it. So situation on ground has changed, Simran. That is why we are getting a good quality things. The point is the network which they enjoyed earlier, the support of the public which the terrorists enjoyed earlier, Lashkar ho, yeah, whether it was Jaish-e-Mohammed or whoever else, that is dwindling. We are getting great informations from the people. The people have understood the futility of this kind of environment in the valley. Which is
all right.
only
in fact, Major General Anuj Mathur, I definitely, in fact, keep this in high regard how you are detailing these remarks, but at the same time, you know, it continues to be of a lot of obvious nature that India has started reacting to these. And if you see the updates that we are tracking also from the morning, there are sites where the terrorist hideouts have already been busted, and yet at the same time there seems to be no remorse, there seems to be in fact no admission of what has happened from the Pakistani sides. Rather they are retaliating to India's stand of suspending the Indus Water Treaty by cancelling the Shimla Agreement. What does this in fact signal to? What are the consequences of how it is going to be more critical for the relations of the both the nations right now?
Very clear that Pakistan is known to be a terror state. Pakistan is trying to get out of that thing with lot of difficulty. They've been able to come out of FATF grey list, and now the activities which they are doing, they are scared that they may invite international community's wrath. You see the statements which have come from the US, from France. You just showed a little while ago on your channel what Macron has said, what Putin has said, what Iran is saying, what Saudi Arabia is saying, what everyone unequivocally have condemned and have said that they are with India. There is a hidden advantage that has come out of this, that all of them have now understood and have acknowledged that Kashmir is a part of India. And that is why in a situation like this, they are standing with India. Pakistan is not wanting that kind of a thing to happen. And that is why they are trying every single thing that they somehow or the other, if they can get out of this and they can prove to the world that they are not involved in this. But all these are desperate attempts. Three things I will tell you what will prove the clear involvement. What has happened to Saifullah Qasuri today and whatever he has been saying. One. Two, after this thing has taken place, a large number of, they have increased the security of Jaish head office. They have taken a lot of wanted terrorists and they have hidden them, given them extraordinary security. All these actions. Third thing, activating of line of control. Fourth thing, they are trying to activate the Arabian Sea. They have forgotten 4th of December, that on the 4th of December, 2/3 of the Pakistani port of Karachi was destroyed. Their navy was absolutely rendered incapable. Today, Indian Navy is much more stronger. They are aware of this and they are scared. And one thing I can tell you, Simran, very clearly, that Pakistan, even now, absolutely clearly and very knows that they can do nothing to India when it comes to a duel by conventional means. That is why they are scared. That is why there is so much of issue. And when the army of a nation behaves the way Pakistani army does, there is nothing professional, Simran, that Pakistani army does. They get involved into businesses, they get involved into controlling the political leadership, they get involved in bureaucracy, diplomacy, everything. When you do this and then create assets for themselves individually and become rich, people of Pakistan are also not so dumb. They are also realizing, they are also losing that blind faith which they had earlier in their army, and that is the thing which is scaring them, and that is why you'll notice the actions that Pakistanis are doing. Pakistan army is convinced that they can do nothing conventionally.
Well,
Hence,
all right.
they are
Major
saving.
General, thank you very much for being with us. I'll request